Hi guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. Thanks for tuning back in. Thanks for coming back to see me. I'm really pleased you've done so, and I'm really pleased about to finally bring you this Boderry Admiral. I'll bring the model number up in front of me. So I've known about this watch for quite some time. I think they were inundated with orders. What they tend to do, they do like a pre-release with Boderry. They've done it with a few of their other variations as well, different models and stuff. What they do is they do like a pre-release, and the price they offer is unbelievable. So they end up getting inundated, and I think then they struggle to get the orders made in time. They contacted me weeks and weeks ago asking if I'd review this piece. I said, yeah, of course, no problem. Looks really cool. I completely forgot about it until I received an email saying it's on its way. They did supply the watch. They have no sort of say in the review. I do like Boderry. I think they offer excellent value for money. I own a couple. Is this one as good as that, or as good as them, should I say? We'll find out together. We're going to work our way through the video. I'm going to leave a couple of links in the description. There's one to their official store, and there's one to their website. Please use which one's best for you in terms of pricing, obviously. I've got the black. You can also get a white dial. But yeah, we're going to get there together. So sit back, relax, get a nice beverage. It's about that time to get the camera turned around and get on with it. Alright guys, so this is the watch. Slightly different packaging from what I've had from Boderry in the past. Just an outer cardboard box, nothing too elaborate. Just signed with Boderry and bits and pieces. QR code at the bottom. In a box, quite substantial actually. I don't know what you describe the material as. Maybe it sort of feels a bit like denim. Obviously, it probably isn't going to be. I've taken off 4 links for it to fit my wrist. Yeah, push pins, titanium bracelet, which does help with the sort of weight and stuff. Let me just 1 second. I'll try and get the warranty card out. It's not signed, but just to show you. It'd be nice if that was signed, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. Boderry. Inside, it's orange in colour. Again, same sort of material on there. Got a cushion just to keep it safe on its way to you. And let me just put all that to the side, because this is the reason you're watching it in a bit of crowning. I set it all up in preparation for the review. So this is the Boderry Admiral. Number up in front of me is the A12T-01. There's another colour you can choose from, you can see now. So I'm sure there'll be something a bit more in keeping with your taste. But yeah, this is one that I was aware of for a while. I said in the intro. So there we are. Inside this watch, it's running a Seiko NH34 movement, which is a GMT movement. This movement's been used an awful lot now in the last couple of years. It's the sort of a go-to affordable GMT movement. Not a true GMT, as you would call it, like the 9075 from Miyota. But yeah, 24 joules, 21,600 beats per hour, 41 hour power reserve. And like I said, you can set 3 different time zones. Most people set up to 2. But yeah, nice. This one's been running about 4 seconds fast a day. My preferred is to be running fast, which is exactly what this is doing. So there we go. The construction of the watch, aside from the clasp, which is stainless steel, from what I can make out, is all titanium. The bezel, so I would guess the bezel insert is, it may not be because it's actually quite a good bezel, and titanium don't tend to be. But we're going to go with the bezel, case, crown, bracelet, case back, and the solid end links is all titanium. As I say, I think the clasp is made out of stainless steel, from what I can understand. But all brushed throughout, really. Got polished surfaces in terms of the center of there. Polished a little bit on there. But a big part of the watch, you got a little bit of polish on the case back as well with the star, which is pretty cool. But most of it's brushed, and it looks pretty cool, to be honest, in terms of the way they finished it. So yeah, all titanium. The case thickness of the watch is 12.5 millimeters. Case diameter, and this one I measure from the 9 to the 3, given where the crown is. It was kind of 40.5 millimeters. And when you go from the 10 to the sort of 4 o'clock position, which is where the crown is, it was kind of 46.5 millimeters. The lug width on this is 20. No discernible taper on it. So yeah, down to the clasp. And the lug to lug tip, the tip of the watch is 49.3 millimeters. That does become 53.5 millimeters, given it's got male end links to the center link, which is a little bit, it's not ideal, is it? I'd rather it not be quite so long. It does have a bit of downturn, so it doesn't hurt too much, but yeah, a bit longer than I would have liked, to be honest. But there we are. The bezel on this is a bi-directional bezel, which is really good to see. 24 clicks. No bounce, no back play. It works really, really well. Like I said, the best titanium one I've had really. Maybe a little bit easier because there's not so many clicks, but yeah, it's been really good in operation, really easy to use even when wearing the gloves, as you can see. So yeah, 24 clicks. It's got an aluminium insert. The crown is situated at 4 o'clock, as I said, screw down crown, and the case back is also screwed down. I quite like how they've done it with that star on there. Admiral, see what they've done, but yeah, it looks really, really cool. Like I said, a little bit. It's got no discernible taper on the bracelet really, so it just continues to sort of be 20 millimeters. Fully more clasp. A little bit of an issue with the clasp really because it is signed. It doesn't look too bad. Stainless steel. I like that to have been titanium as well, but they've done it in such a way where it doesn't actually impact the way it looks. But there's no micro adjustment. And when you size this, I know the link's not very big, but I would like to have seen a couple levels of micro adjustment on there. But yeah, and that's why I've also mentioned the fact on here it's a stainless steel and titanium because I think they're making where this is stainless steel, they're making allowances for the fact that it's not fully titanium. The crystal covering the dial is a sapphire crystal, and I'd say that, to be honest, guys, from recording and stuff with it, the crystal clarity has proven to be pretty good, to be honest, which was a nice surprise. The weight of the watch will appear in the top right. So it's 109.8 grams with those 4 links removed, which is about probably 2/3 of the weight it would be normally on a stainless steel. So yeah, quite a bit less weight. So yeah, there we are. But let's have a look at the dial now, guys, in a bit more detail. So it doesn't look like anything's really been applied onto the dial. So you've got a matte black dial. You've got a minute track going around the outer edge of the dial. Inside that you got battens. So you got an inverted triangle at the 12. You got square battens everywhere except for the 3, 6, and 9, where you got rectangular battens. And the 4 o'clock position, they've omitted a batten completely because that's where the date is. The date has been cut out quite nicely, to be honest. I like the way they've done it. I don't even mind actually with this, the fact they haven't color matched it. It doesn't look too bad. It doesn't sort of play havoc with the watch. Often with these sort of watches, I would have stressed the fact that I'd like it to have been black with white writing, given that's what's on the dial, but I don't think it's too much of an eyesore on this one. The hand proportions are really good. You'll see where they sort of reach out to. Yeah, I think they've been really, really nicely done. You've got the red GMT hand with an arrow on there, which is also in keeping with the owl, which has got a slightly larger arrow. You've got GMT and script writing in red as well. So you've got Boderry printed on just below the inverted triangle. You've got GMT, which is in red, as I've said. Automatic 200M, 660 feet. Yeah, I think the proportions are done well. I don't think it's anything over extravagant. It's nothing elaborate, but it does what it's supposed to do. It's very purposely done in terms of you're not going to have any issues telling the time. We run through the GMT hand in a moment, and you're now wondering, what's the loom like, Si? Let's have a look. The loom on this, I wouldn't say it's great, but I also wouldn't say it's bad. It has a good little burst. It does start to fade, as you will see as we go through the quickened up time-lapse sort of video that I've done of the loom. I'd like it to last maybe a little bit longer, but yeah, it's a very affordable watch, so probably in and around what it should be in terms of the loom and stuff. So yeah, not too bad. Like I said, not good, not bad, sort of in the middle. Like I said before, NH34 movement inside, so operates the same as the NH series of movements. Take it out, it'll hack. You put it back in, it will start back up again. Take it out to the, let's try and do this again. The first position, it's never easy with gloves on. If you scroll towards you, you'll see it changes the date. Turn it away from you, it will change the time. So this is telling me it's now 2:14 in another time zone, and obviously it's 8:14 in where I am at the moment. So you can just scroll through that then to set it, and then if you want to take it out, you just turn the crown. That will continue to keep the same sort of tolerances in terms of the time. Let's scroll around and see where the date changes as well. Always pretty good to see. It won't be a second, guys. Should start to do something in a moment. Where are we? So 4 minutes to 12. I think that's more than acceptable. in terms of where it's changing over, and you'll see in terms of the time difference it should maintain. So yeah, that's the date, that's the time, that's the movement, that's everything going on there. Sometimes there's a bit of a lag, as you just saw with the crown going in. I'm not sure if it's because of the stem or whatever, but generally the operation's not been any problem. In terms of screwing up the crown, let me see if I can do it with my baggy gloves on. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. Straight in. But yeah, as I said, that's everything there, guys. Let me just pop it on the wrist quickly, give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. Okay, so guys, this is what it looks like on my wrist. And as I said, that crystal clarity for an affordable watch of sapphire crystal. I know it's flat sapphire, but I think it works really, really well. Like I say, matte black dial, white hands with the sort of white indices and stuff. The bezel's red and black, as you can see. It does look a bit purpley in certain lights. But like I said, I think it's well finished, well put together. I said at a good price. So there we are. Okay, so guys and girls, that'll now take me swiftly on to what I think is pants and Pukka about the watch. If you've ever watched before, you know I always start with pants. I like to go on a high with Pukka. So what I think is pants. There's not a huge amount, to be honest. The loom was going to be something that I potentially mentioned, but I thought it was kind of mid-range, if I'm honest. It's not bad, but it's not good. So I'm going to go with the end links. And what I mean by that is the fact it's got male end links to the center link, which protrudes. But I just think it leads to that ugly sort of hangover where the bracelet sort of swings down. I don't think it looks very attractive, to be honest. I think it needs to have been tucked in a little bit because of that. And the clasp, like I said, the fact that they've done it with no micro adjustment makes it very, very tricky to get the right fit for yourself. Plus, also, I like that to have been titanium as well, where the watch is titanium. So they're the two things I'm going to mention. We'll go with the end links and the clasp. What I think is Pukka is I'm going to go with the sapphire crystal. Yeah, sapphire is good, but I like the fact that they put it on here. I'm going to go with the crystal clarity. Like I say, I know it's easier with flat sapphire crystal, but with the free lights that I use for these reviews, you can see it sometimes it goes absolutely bonkers. So that's good. It's not doing that. The bezel, like I said, the bezel it might not look like it on camera depending on the angle, but it does line up bang on. 24 click bi-directional bezel, which is the correct type of bezel to have on a GMT watch. The movement, Seiko NH34 movement in an affordable watch for a GMT is good. Before they were using sort of random sort of Chinese movements, and I know they weren't quite reliable, so that's good to see. The bracelet, like I said, a titanium J-Star bracelet, looking the business. I like the way they've done the polishing. I don't know if that polishing in the center would also be stainless steel. So I know it's very difficult to polish titanium, so I'm not sure if they've gone through the hassle or they've amalgamated stainless steel with titanium to make the bracelet, but the bracelet's done well. The case back, you'll know this by now, guys. I'm a bit of a sucker for a nice case back, and I do think that's a nice case back. The finishing generally, like I said, I think the brushing's done really, really well. Sort of longitudinal brushing, nicely done, nicely finished. No coarse places. It's done very consistent. And the weight of the watch, like I said, it's coming in up just below 110 grams for a full watch. It's also got stainless steel elements. You've got the movement in there and stuff, everything there for that sort of weight. And it does feel extremely light. So they're the things I'm going to mention. I'm going to go with the sapphire crystal, crystal clarity, bezel, movement, bracelet, case back, finishing, and the weight of the watch. And that'll take me on to, would I recommend this watch? I think this watch packs a punch. I'm going to be honest. There's many, many watches, titanium watches specifically, that are quite expensive. I do like the Fawn that was out a while ago. That's one of my favorite sort of titanium watches that I've had in. But that's not a GMT. So for a GMT watch that's titanium, I think this is a real goer. So yeah, I would recommend it, guys. But as I always say, please let me know what you think about this watch, more importantly. And maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as I always say, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and always watch the time. Take care, guys. All the very best.